Hello, guys. Welcome. I am Jen Burson. I'm the founder and president of Generation PR and the creator of the Powerhouse Pros community. So we're going to talk today about the future of PR. As PR pros, it's our job to help our clients navigate. I've been in PR 18 years, and I've been hearing since the day I started, like, the sky is falling, media is dying, right? We know the media landscape, it's constantly changing. And especially the past few years have brought some pretty significant shifts to PR. And we used to have kind of our tried and true tactics. What once worked 100% of the time before now maybe isn't the right strategy anymore. And there are new channels and social and other avenues customers are turning to for information, for entertainment, and those are obviously making a big impact on their time and attention and then their buying decisions. So as PR pros, we need to be ready with the new tactics as the future of PR continues to take shape. So, not a fear-based approach, but just here's the rules of the game. The rules are changing. Let's learn them and let's continue to be awesome. So don't worry. You don't have to throw away all of these tried and true strategies. There are some tactics that are the kind of traditional avenues we used to take that are still effective, that still work, no matter what the media landscape looks like. So I want to talk about 4 ways the future of PR is changing and for, proven tactics that still move the needle. 4 ways the future of PR is changing. Number 1 is cross-platform is the way to go. It's always a good idea to bring a campaign to multiple platforms. And what we love is actually using multiple channels at the same publication. And that is going to be, I think, a key tactic going forward. So we know, when we talk about heritage publications, owned by publishers, the traditional publications, the ones that are our heritage titles, they've always had print, maybe they've moved over to digital. So it's always been a good idea to approach multiple channels at each publication. This is going to be a really key tactic moving forward. So these big outlets, they'll have their print, hopefully for a lot longer. Their digital sectors, we are seeing some of them launching podcasts. They have a huge presence on their social media platforms. And you can take advantage of some have, we've seen radio shows, TV shows. The biggest ones I've seen are print would go to an online version of the print magazine. They might have a podcast with some of their editors or a couple different podcasts of different editorial focuses and topics of discussion. And then they have their social presence. And it could be, Instagram primarily, or maybe they've moved on to TikTok and they're putting a lot of effort into it. You can take advantage of all of these or most of them, some of them, to get your client in front of the widest audience. So savvy PR pros, we're learning that we need to know how to execute a campaign across multiple platforms and adapt or change the message to suit each channel. Because what resonates with print readers might not have the same impact on TikTok viewers, or, pitching the founder of the company as a really good guest for their podcast might not be the same kind of thing they would cover in their print magazine. So taking a multi-phased approach is really important here too, so that you can have this slow rollout with a single publication and really build momentum, establish your client with the outlet's audience, and then have that opportunity to kind of see what resonates, make tweaks to your strategy as you see your client's impact on each channel. So you can offer this as your PR approach, which includes traditional print, digital media outlets. Now we're pitching commerce editors, which typically involves online features for products. But you can offer that as part of your sort of bundled media outreach services. You can offer social media services too, which would involve you representing the brand, like taking over their channel and doing engagement with the social platforms that these outlets are using, or that they're running content on. So engaging with their content. And then if you get an opportunity as you pitch their social editors, like specifically pitching content for their social. And if you're not offering that service as like social media specifically, get together with your client social media department. So you can say, hey, listen, on the PR end, we're really trying to connect with social. Can we start to engage with their content? And they'll do that without pay to play, but the affiliate piece has to be in play or it's probably not going to work. So that's number one. Number two, AI. Okay. I know we're afraid AI is going to take over our jobs. You know, that's like sort of the immediate, like, oh my God, have you ever had AI write you a press release? Like, it's not close. It's not there yet. We're not going anywhere anytime soon. You still need that strategic human input. It's only as good as the input. Whatever it spits out is only going to be as good as what you feed it to get what you want. So AI, artificial intelligence, consider it a friend for now, not your enemy. So try not to bury your head in the sand and ignore it. I think those of us who have grown our businesses over time, who've evolved and adapted, like I said, I've been doing this 18 years, we haven't turned a blind eye to changes. We have embraced them and said, how can we use this to stay relevant and top of our game? So brands and publications and other PR pros, they're already using AI to streamline their processes. You know, look at the impact of ChatGPT. People are using it to create ideas, inspire content, pitch angles. You know, use AI in the same ways in those same ways in your agency, but you also need to prepare for how AI can affect media as a whole. So on your business level, use it to start, get ideas, and you refine it, okay? You have to take it and make it your own. So consider it a starting place. That's how you can use it on your business level. But what happens with AI on a media level is that it gives the ability for anyone or everyone with an internet connection the chance to create fake images, incorrect information, all of which appears very real, right? You can feed it a voice and have it adapt my voice and have me say in my voice whatever it wants. Like, the technology is there, and if it's not there 100%, it's very, very close, and it's only getting better. So that ability to spread misinformation, it's here, and it sounds and seems very real. So what that means for us is that credibility and reliability will play a huge role in your media relations going forward, because this world of uncertainty of what I'm looking at real? Is it generated by AI? Can I trust my eyes? Can I trust my ears? Your credibility and those relationships with key media outlets that will pride themselves on checking, fact checking. You know, we've gotten into a place where people just run fast. It's like content, and the winner is like who can put out the most the fastest. I think we're going to need to pump the brakes so that there's an opportunity to verify authenticity, verify the source. So when you are the source and you can be credible and provide authentic verifiable information, you can continue to become a very reliable media partner. And the other key here too, virtual events or augmented reality and digital events will also have potential to make a big impact on audiences too, especially since the pandemic and we had so many events virtually, that this kind of virtual AI world I went to inside the Oculus, the virtual reality headset game. I met my friend Jenna at a party in a house in virtual world. There was a Jenna avatar. There was a Jen avatar. We were walking around a party with our own voices, with our little avatars. And the house we were in was a real house in like the Hollywood Hills or something with like a rooftop pool. And it was kind of crazy, but it was like really hanging out with this person and you're just in this thing. So brands could get on that. There could be cool ways that AI will take over and be useful in that way to connect with customers. So we're not burying our heads in the sand. We're using it. We're going to embrace the positive and be cautious about ethically using it, for creating content and things like that. So some strategies that don't get media attention, they just won't convert anymore. Obviously press releases, that has been on the sort of not going to convert into features realm for a long time. Up until a few years ago, sending press releases to the media was still an okay way to get your news to multiple sources at the same time, but it doesn't convert into features, but it actually goes double when you're sending something under an embargo. The media is working so fast. They're just not going to pay attention to something that you put under an embargo. So I think that it's kind of like a joke to publications and journalists now. They're going to laugh at you. Like, they're just going to be like, embargo. Like, that's just not, the news cycle just is so fast that they're looking for stories and news that are tailored to their specific niche, the outlet, their readership, and that they can just run now without having to, be concerned about your embargo. So if you can offer an exclusive, yes. But it has to, again, be targeted and tied to that publication. It can't just be like a random, they're going to be like, why would I care about the exclusive access to something that's not relevant? But if you, instead of offer an embargo, go for exclusives, it's a really in-depth opportunity that will give your media contacts the right amount of time to conduct an interview, any follow-ups, that'll help them craft a really powerful story, one that will resonate with their readers, one that gives it the weight of something that is an exclusive, and not everything is right for an exclusive. So you have to kind of pick and choose if you have something like really amazing. So, that high impact feature that they can go really in depth and that only they can get there, the readers will have a deeper connection, more value for their audience. So it's like a real win-win if it's the right exclusive, to the right publication. So that's 3. And number 4, we're going to focus on empathy, values, social consciousness. So we know that today's consumers, they're plugged into local, national, and even global news. So we have to be on top of it too, because things that are happening in the news, there's a lot of like things that I hope we're not becoming numb to. We as representatives, communications representatives of our clients want to make sure that we are still empathetic, that we are making sure that all of the copy, the communication, all of the pitch angles are really socially aware, and the timing and everything, it takes the state of the world into account. Because what's happening now is consumers are voting for companies that align with their values and their ethics and their, causes that are important. by voting with their dollars. They're spending their money to support brands that they believe in. Consumers, they don't want to support a brand that might just carry on business as usual during a crisis. Maybe even if it's happening on the other side of the world. Like this used to be a big deal when we were running social accounts for clients. We would, when things were on autopilot and you had things just like running and there was like some major crisis or national news story, and clients were just like, get your, moms love this, blah, blah, blah. And you're going, oh my God, like you can't just, you have to address this. We have to guide our clients in that way. And we know also that value-based storytelling is going to resonate most with your clients' customers, with the consumers. They want to see your clients walk the walk, not just talk the talk. They need to take action. They need to show how they're taking action. They're not just paying certain things lip service, right? Like a true commitment to diversity, equity, inclusion, all of those policies. That is a big priority when consumers are deciding which brands to support. I think in general, it's a good idea to help clients see the importance of diversity and inclusion, not just in how they're representing the brand on social, but in their hiring, in their C-suite, like who's, running the company, who's advising the company. Do they have a DE&I advisor, and how are they learning and growing? Okay, so the 4 traditional tactics that still work today, these are the foundational, like things that move the needle, things that get the yes. It's not changing, okay? These are still important, the fundamentals. When you don't do these things, it doesn't work as well, and it's seen as very lazy. So number 1, doing your research, still important. So, sure, AI can do some research that could give you shortcuts, but it's not all factual. It's pulling in information that it's finding online, which isn't necessarily always going to be factual. So you still need to verify that information. It doesn't catch everything either. So you might miss a key piece of information before you pitch. So I know that manual research can be kind of time consuming, but it is still the best way to fact check, to gather all the information that you need to write a compelling, targeted, interesting, really killer pitch. Plus, you're going to be calm and confident knowing that you're not passing along misinformation to your media contacts. So research is a key piece of every stage of that pitching process. So you're going to understand what the client's competitors are doing, what your media contacts are covering, where do your clients fit into that whole puzzle. That is, SWOT, like SWOT analysis, like strength, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. That's a really great place to start when you just start working with a client. And part of that is looking at their competitors and what they're up to, where they're getting featured in the media, like what angles are working for them, how to distinguish from those competitors. Opportunities can come along as you're looking at the right publications and the right journalists at those publications that are a fit for your audience. So that is still a fundamental that we can't brush over or say, oh, I'll just trust AI, because it's not always going to be complete and it's not always going to be totally accurate. And it might not give you all of the information that you need to present your clients in the best light. So, this is really important in order to wrap your head around the whole landscape for your clients and the opportunities that are there for them. Number 2, you have to personalize everything. This is one thing that is never going to change, regardless of what's happening in PR. Journalists, they don't want to receive generic, spray and pray, lazy pitches. They're completely lacking personality. They're lacking personalization. They're robotic. emails like that will just end up in the trash. And sometimes they're so annoyed by you, it's like annoying to them. Like they might just take your name and mark it as spam, and they'll never receive your pitches again. They make a negative impression on your media contact. It leads to the loss of credibility. They think, you don't know what I write about. You don't know what we cover. This is a spray and pray pitch to everybody, and you're lazy. So your pitches need to speak to who that editor is, why that story is important to them, relevant to their audience, and why it's the right choice for their publication. So every part of your pitch email should relate back to that. It should be personalized in that way. So the reader is like, they're talking to me. So focus on truly connecting with your media contact and craft a message that is for them and only for them, so that it really lands, really resonates. And don't forget to inject personality, your personality, into that pitch. Your media contact should get a sense of who you are as a person and as a PR pro from your email. They're either going to feel like you get it and you're savvy, or you're cutting corners and you're lazy. So choose wisely. And number 3, go local. This is where we have always counseled our clients to start. Tried and true. Large national media corporations, they have the reach the clients want. Everybody wants to be on TV. Everybody wants to be on Good Morning America, Today's Show, but they are not the best place to start. And it might not even be the best place for your audience if they have a local presence, or they can only service customers on a local basis, or they need to, get their credibility going. Local is a great place. So local news has a significant impact on the community, and it can be a major driving factor in growing your client's customer base when they are either a brick and mortar, or let's say like a nutritionist in a certain area, a personal trainer, an esthetician, a psychiatrist, or something with a local presence, and they want to have more customers in their geographic region. This would be a great place to try to connect your client with local publications, regional magazines, maybe a local TV show, like a morning segment. This could also be your client's hometown. So there's that local tie-in, that they are like local hero makes good on promise, or what, like a successful business spotlight of somebody who grew up in the community, or if their product is available in a store in a certain region. That's also a good opportunity to pitch local, because national coverage is really hard to secure, especially if you're trying to get somebody on as an expert or a speaker. You want to use local news to help your client establish that media presence, gain credibility with a wider audience, get speaking practice with TV, radio segments, podcast interviews, start to hone their message, see what resonates, and then build that reel. And so now you can have a 60-second reel of their best appearances, their best moments, and you're showing they're telegenic. They are able to carry a segment. They inject their personality, having that background of experience with local, the reels, the segments to show they know what they're doing. That can help you get them ready and work their way up to national press. And local is a lot easier, and it's a lot less intimidating. It's a really good place to start, and that's always been the case. So stick with local and then grow to national. And the 4th one, always going to be important, is pitching your client as an expert. So if you work with a product-based client, it's a great way to get their brand into the media, even if they're between launches. They don't necessarily have something new to talk about. The founder and their story, their expertise, your client has that deep expertise in their niche, and they can share what they know. It's a great way to talk about a trend, a way to show what's happening in a certain industry from an expert. And it's a really great way to start getting the client honing their message, whether it's something about their story being inspirational or their knowledge being a really good value add to the media. Like they want to write a story about a topic and they're looking for that deep expertise of somebody who knows the niches that are, they're relevant in the news. For example, I have baby and kids clients. I have a breast pump. We have a lactation consultant. She's not the founder of the company, but she knows she's like a board certified lactation consultant. We also have a board certified sleep expert. We have a baby monitor, and we also have a doula who is certified. The media wants to feature these people for their knowledge, to round out stories, to make them more credible. And they are able to talk about our clients' products as part of the story that aligns with one of the tips. So that's been a really great way, still converts, actually probably the number one way that we're converting right now. So they can be the focus of the interview, or what we've been doing is contributing a few quotes to the story. You start by pitching the expert, pitching your client as the founder, talking about what they're an expert in, how they can talk about their journey, what they've learned along the way, or what they know about the industry. And then over time, and you continue to pitch it, and then over time, the media starts to come to you for your expert. So we get them coming to us for the sleep expert, the doula, the lactation consultant, whenever they need to round out a story. It's been great, like tons of press. That's even if there's nothing else going on. And then of course, like Harrow is a great place to find these contribution requests that are looking for specific experts on a topic. And what happens is when your client appears as an expert in the media, it gives their brand major credibility boost. It does have an SEO value if they link back to your client's website. It inspires consumers to trust your client's brand, keeps them in the best light in the media. And you, as a PR pro, are showing your media contacts, you're being a partner to them, you're helpful, you have a credible source for them, you're responsive, you are providing them with value beyond just your usual pitches. You're making a certified or esteemed member of the community they're looking to source available to them to share their expertise, and you made it super easy. So if you don't have somebody for your clients that is an expert that would be a speaker or spokesperson on behalf of the brand, if it's not the founder, then we have proposed finding some. And a good way to do that is through social media, where they're sharing a lot of content, and you look at their bio and you go to their website and you see that they are board certified or that they are registered with whatever organization is important to their credentials, that they are credentialed. Find out the ones that are important to give them credibility in their space, and propose to your client, we would love to have a spokesperson with these credentials, and we have a few names on a short list, and they can look and see if they like the tone. And you also want to reach out and let them know what's expected of them. So like, are they super responsive? What's their typical turnaround time? Do they want to be paid a flat fee per month or per opportunity? Are they okay with just visibility alone? Because sometimes you're doing PR for them. Are they willing to go on TV? And then be clear that certain shows like Today Show and Good Morning America will not take experts that are paid by brands. They have to be neutral experts. So thank you so much for being here. Take good care, you guys. Have a great rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend, and see you soon.